Originally, I hadn't really planned on making a video, but of course, the developments of the last, I'll say, 24 hours have been pretty extraordinary. So anyway, I'm currently a moderator on a Facebook group, Wall Street Trappin. It wasn't my idea to make this Facebook group. It actually was the idea of Iku Mahoney, who also has a page, SRT Life, on Facebook. And, I guess the hardest thing about doing what I do is, it's crazy that, like, I've given out such good, solid advice in trading stocks for a long time. I was telling people 4 years ago about buying into marijuana, and the problem is, I see in retrospect that everybody, they just had it in their mind that they were going to get rich quick. Nobody was looking for the long term. It was like, even when I was buying Tesla stock, there were people who were like, yeah, you should sell if it gets as close to 300. I was like, well, I've been waiting for it to get to 300, but if it does get to 300, why would I sell at 300? There's chances are it could go beyond that. But nobody believed in it. Even that liar Jim Cramer, they got videotape of this asshole. You can see it yourself on YouTube. Because, see, you got to remember, I bought into Tesla in 2012. This idiot, Jim Cramer, now, it is so fucked up how somebody like him gets to have a show. Meanwhile, I've given out better advice than him, and this guy has lost millions of people, millions or billions of dollars. But this guy gets a show, I don't. This guy was telling people to sell. I mean, for God's sakes, it's here. They got videos of the guy telling you, oh yeah, it's not going nowhere, sell it, right? Meanwhile, I bought in, I held, and this guy's up there telling you to sell it. And yet he still has a job. He was telling people, oh, do not sell Bear Stearns during the rise to the 2008 financial crisis. What was it? Do not sell Bear Stearns, right? So this guy is up there telling you, don't be silly on Bear Stearns. Probably one of the biggest economic crashes. And I'm like, how the fuck does this guy have a job and he has this show and I've given better advice than this guy and I don't? But when I think about it, this is also one of the reasons why I hate giving advice. It's because when you try to give solid, steady advice that makes sense, you can almost see people ignoring you. Like, you could see, like, I could start talking and I'd be like, listen, if you put your money in this right here, it's a better investment and more likely it'll pay you a dividend back. It'll take longer to make money, but your money will not, like, just evaporate or disappear. And it's like, as soon as I start talking, it's almost like you can see people just not paying attention anymore. They're like, yeah, whatever. And, oh, no, fuck that. I'm going to buy GameStop and I'm going to get rich, bitch. Yeah. Well, that didn't work out so well for a lot of people. Now, I know that as a human being, what you're supposed to, in fact, let's see what GameStop is right now. Let's see, GME price. Let's see where that is right now. $90. $90, yeah. I was telling people, I was like, yo, don't get wrapped up in this bullshit. Stay away from it. And there's a reason why. It's because even though GameStop went, let's see, where was it within the month? GameStop went as high as, I think it was $430 because I was tracked, yeah. Okay, GameStop went to $480. The thing about it is, the people on Reddit were pumping this bullshit, and they would say, oh yeah, we're going to take it to 1,000. Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to Pluto. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not going to happen. First of all, you idiots, you bought all of the shares, number one. You're trying to force these people to buy these shares back. They're not going to do it. They're going to wait you out. Oh yeah, no. We're going to the moon. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Everybody hold the line. And I'm like, are you motherfuckers crazy? Like, don't you get it? The government is not going to allow this. When you understand the government and you understand the reaction of Wall Street, which I, by the way, happen to work with, or you understand the SEC, and you don't have to work for the SEC. All you got to do is look up the law. I mean, for God's sakes, the laws are online. It's like, wait a minute, they're not going to let this shit run. What are you kidding? You think they're going to let you bankrupt these hedge funds? Hell no. In fact, you probably would have gotten further if you had gone after the student loan industry. But I'm like, are these people really fucking stupid enough to think that the government is not going to stop this? So sure enough, what happened? Well, I'm betting somebody at the government made one call to Robinhood. They're like, yo, guys, hit those switches now. Turn that shit off. We don't want to hear no more about this. Robinhood shut that shit down. I made a video a couple of days ago. I was like, you're not suing Robinhood, you idiots. You signed a contract. And you know what? I'm going to bring it up right now. What is this? Robinhood contract. And I'm like, you idiots are so freaking stupid. But it's more than just being stupid. It's like I understand that a lot of you haven't really graduated from middle school and haven't really graduated from high school. See, here's the thing. I was born in 81. When I went to school, they actually forced us to learn shit, number one. And number two, they actually forced us to really graduate. I'm not talking about that bullshit where you pass like one Regents and they give you a Regents diploma because you tried. I'm not talking about a GED. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But then, you know what? I was like, you know what? Listen, if you can't talk to these people, don't bother. They're just going to do what they do and they're going to lose money. And I'm thinking about the Robinhood contract. You people started trading on a platform. You didn't even read the goddamn contract. Paragraph, where is it? 6, I believe. Paragraph 6 explicitly says that they control your account. Not clearance of trades. Where is it? Paragraph 6. I brought this up in another video. Oh yes, restrictions on trading. And it's like Robinhood at any time, they can cancel your account. They can refuse transactions. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you people signed up for this shit and you didn't even read the contract? It's like, here I am trying to get people not to lose money, trying to keep people away from risky, stupid investments. And it's like, they're like, yeah, in one ear, out the other. Yeah, this stupid idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm going to get rich. We're going to the moon. We're going to Pluto. We're hold the line. And I'm like, you mother, like, I just don't get it. I honestly don't get, like, how can people be this stupid? So anyway, there was a couple of articles that I already posted in my community chat. I invested in GameStop during the mayhem. Here's how that went down. And, you know, without having to read through all of this stuff, I'm just going to skip on down to the tweet. Because I tell you, you know, when you try to give people good advice and they just ignore your ass, it's like, whatever. My in real life friend was preaching stocks and now he's down 11,000. Yeah, you mean your in real life friend who didn't know shit about the economy, doesn't know anything about the stock market except what he heard on Reddit? You mean that friend? Yeah, okay. Barstool Dave's Portnoy. I lost $700,000 on meme stocks like GameStop and AMC. Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, that's just what happens. Meanwhile, and you know what the sad thing is? You'll never ever know how many people have lost money on this, and they'll never tell you how much they lost and how many of them lost money. You'll never know. But meanwhile, and that's the reason why I have started a single trading account. I dropped $5,000 into this account just to show people what using my rules of trading could get you. I earned off of a $5,000 investment, because see, you can pretty much see where that is right here. And this is my portfolio over this amount of time. So I I did a $5,000 investment back in coronavirus, and it started going up because I was betting right against stocks that I knew were going to rise. Because obviously, you know, the government is bailing out airlines and shit. I've made all these videos, but what's the point? What's the point of me making videos about marijuana and airlines and shit? What's the point? Nobody's listening. Jim Cramer has a job. Nobody's listening to me. So what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I invested in Tesla. I tried to get other people to invest in Tesla. I went to this chick. I'm not going to name names. There's this chick at my old job. She's gay. And I was talking to her. I was like, listen, you know, here's a great idea. You know, and I know a lot of people are apprehensive when somebody tells them, you know, about investment opportunities. I was like, you know what? If you invested in Tesla and Apple and Microsoft, and I think I told her Google and Amazon, because what I tried to do is I was like, you know what? If you just take X, Y, and Z, this amount of money, and you put it into these things, I think that you could definitely increase your gains. And I was betting on solid companies that are all up. And she was like, yeah, nah, I don't think so. No, I don't think. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm okay. So sure enough, this form, like, I really don't talk to her anymore. She's hitting the wall. She's damn near 40 years old. Everybody I know from my childhood is basically all the females are basically almost 40 years old. Just like, what's his name? Kevin Samuels is saying. They're hitting a man hits the wall a lot later than a woman. But here I am trying to give them some good advice. They let that shit go in one ear, didn't listen to me. Sure enough, they're still stuck in the same dead-end jobs. They're still living with their parents. And fortunately, they don't watch they don't watch my YouTube, so I ain't got to worry about this coming back at me. But it's like the more you try to talk, like to just try to help. And you know what's sad? If I had told somebody, yeah, you should put X, Y, and Z in Bitcoin, they probably would have listened. And that's a goddamn shame because that's a bad fucking bet. But nobody listens. So whatever. But anyway. So as you can see, and I mean, you're just looking at, this is just, again, one of my accounts. For the day, all I did was sit on my ass and trading stocks. For the day, I'm still up $239. Well, some people lost it all. I'm up $239. And then I was talking about dividend stocks because that's for 2021. All of the investments that I'm making are only into dividend stocks. So I've been buying dividend stocks. And I made a video. It got very few views. It's like very little feedback, very few views. Meanwhile, Jim Cramer's on television causing people to lose fucking money and hitting his buttons and shit. Oh, sell. And this motherfucker's got a job. And I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's been costing people millions of dollars since 2000, as long as I know, since 2006. But I'm like, how is this possible? But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not even going to bother. So anyway, I was trying to talk about, you know what? When you go after these div stocks and you go after these dividend payments, you know, like here I am sitting on my ass and I've got these dividend stocks that between now and September will be paying off dividends. So just like this one, like in fact, let's take a look. Let's see, January 1, 2020 to February 2, 2021. And I want to see just a couple of these dividend payments, right? Just want to see a couple of them, you know? Just a couple. Where is it? Invalid date range. The fuck is wrong with you? All right, so this is 2020. Okay, fine. So I'll start at March to now. Let's see what you do. Okay, great. All right. So just a couple, because you got to remember, I have a portfolio with E-Trade. I've got 3 different accounts with TD Ameritrade, and this account I only started so I could talk about it on YouTube, right? So if I just want to look at dividends, those are some of the things I bought. But if I just want to look at the dividend transactions, I know there's a way. Oh yes, right, dividends, right? Boom. I can view that no matter what I bought, I'm getting just to let my money sit there. And you're seeing what I'm seeing. Like, I can't make this shit up. Just to let my money sit there instead of it just sitting in a bank account collecting 0% interest. I'm getting dividend payments now as high as $223. You want to know what I just bought? I just bought a brand new a HOTAS stand because I like to play DCS World. So what I did was I sold off some stock, just a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to finance this off the gains. And in a couple of days, that stand is going to come here, and one of the next videos I make is going to be me setting up my flight simulator because I play DCS World. Because as you know, right now, pilots, for the most part, aren't flying because, you know, the airlines are fucked up. Coronavirus, all that shit is fucked up. So most pilots are sitting at home. You've probably noticed there's a lot of pilots on YouTube, or a lot of recreational pilots are trying to be YouTubers now. Me personally, I just like to stay sharp. So I'm setting up a flight simulator with one of my computers. Long story short, one of the next videos I'm going to make, when this thing gets here in the mail, I don't know how long it's going to take because we had serious snow out there. I'm going to be setting this thing up. It cost me $290, right? So I'm going to be making that video soon. But here's the thing. I'm up here trying to tell people about, instead of trying to chase these get-rich-quick schemes, go after stocks that pay dividends. But nobody's listening. So I'm like, how the fuck does Jim Cramer still have a job? I just don't know. But anyway, again, I'm going to just say it like this. It's like, listen, every now and then when I feel like making a video like this, I make a video like this. And other than that, I'm just going to be counting my money. I mean, it's sad it bothers me to think that there's like so many of these kids, I call them kids, even though they have trading accounts, and they're wasting their money in Robinhood, and they're buying these meme stocks, and they're getting fucked out of their money by somebody else who's selling as they're buying in. And I think to myself, they're trying to get rich quick, so either they can move out of their mommy's basement, or in the case of all the 40-year-old females that I know who are hitting the wall, they're trying to move out of daddy's attic. Because here's the thing, if you're a man, if you're a male, between, I hate to say man, but if you're a male between the age of 18 and like 35 and you're living with your mother, chances are you're probably in the basement. However, the basement is no place for a lady. So the opposite of mom's basement is daddy's attic. Because if you're there, well, daddy can't have you in the basement. So he's going to put you on the top floor. So many of my female coworkers, female friends who are hitting the wall and 38, 39, 40, single, unmarried, childless, living in daddy's attic. And I swear to God, I can count 6 of them right now. And I'm like, Kevin Samuels is trying to tell you the truth, and you're not listening. I'm up here trying to tell you the truth, and you're not listening. Meanwhile, you're listening to Takanisha, and she ain't even got a man. Or you're listening to Jim Cramer, and he's not even making you money.